Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today I am going to show you how easy it is to put an hour meter on your lawnmower. This one here is my all-wheel drive Toro, and I'm going to take this out of the package. We'll go over to the workbench and I'm going to show you how easy it is to put one of these on so that you can record the amount of hours in between oil changes, or just for your own satisfaction to knowing how many hours you got out of your lawnmower. And I think it's a good thing to do. Very simple to install. I picked this up for $13. Wherever you are in the world, it's a different price. But let's go over to the bench and I'll show you what this looks like first before we put it on. Well, here we are right here, and this is just a very simple, easy hour meter to put on. And we'll just take it out of the packaging here. Put this aside. Put this aside. So it gives you all your particular items you need, and you notice it's got a couple of screws here. Now I'm not going to be using these screws, and you have two choices here. You can find a way to screw it onto something, or you can actually put some double-sided tape on. That's what I'm going to do. And you know, when it comes down to it, you do have some instructions here, and it just tells you very simply, you know, like how to install it. It's very easy. You can see here, you just wrap it around 5 times, and on the back here you can see there's a slot here that this wire will fit into. It gives you a couple of zip ties and some longer ones if you need them. So I imagine the longer ones are for situations where you want to actually just use this to use these instead of using screws, right? So let's go to the installation and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, let's take a look and see what we got there so far. Well, the only thing I've done is take the spark plug out, wrapped it around 5 times the cable here, put some ties on. Now I'm going to put some just some wire loom just to protect the wire. I don't know if it's necessary, but as you can see, yeah, I had to go run it outside to make sure it's working. So I ran it for 6 minutes and there it goes. So it went up, you know, 1 point. Okay, so all I did was just take the boot out of the spark plug. And one thing that I like to do is on the boot itself, put some dielectric grease in there, because if you just leave that on there for a couple of years, you're going to have a hard time getting it off. So we'll just put the spark plug back on. And I'll bring you back when I got this fastened all in here. All I have to do is just take the double-sided tape off and then just cut the end off. So I'll bring you back then. Well, there you are right there. That's not going nowhere. I've had good success with that double-sided tape. Even if I wanted to, I could put a couple of zip ties over top and side, but I think it's just going to be fine. And that's nice out of the way, so I can still take this cover off if I ever need to do any servicing. I still have access for everything. Okay, so the next part is this air filter. This one right here. We're going to take a look at this and we're going to see what your options are when you've got, you know, to change your air filter. So we'll bring this over to the bench. And before I get started, I just want to say I looked up for the Briggs & Stratton engine itself with their brand. It was $20 for one of these filters. So let's go over to the bench and let's take a look at the filters that I got, and they weren't $20. Okay, so before we get started, I just thought I'd let you know this is the two-sided tape that I use, because the hour meter does not come with two-sided tape. So $20 for a factory filter that says Briggs & Stratton on it. I picked these up off of Amazon, and you know, the pleating just might be not exactly as the other one, but I'm saying pretty close. To me, yeah, I'm thinking I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, $20. Just imagine $20 for one of the Briggs, or 5 for $20. Now I picked this off of Amazon, and you know, depending on where you are in the world, going to be less, maybe a little bit more. But let's go put this in the machine and let's see how it fits, because you know what? I really can't see a difference except a huge price difference. So let's put it in the machine. Let's take a look. There's the air filter housing there, and it's just got, this port is open, this one is closed, that just captures it. And you know, I feel it fits on a little snugger than the factory one, but I'm saying that's a keeper right there. Nothing wrong with this at all. 5 for 20 bucks, or one of them Briggs & Stratton deals, 1 for $20. Well, it's up to you, right? Well, I think everyone could put one of these hour meters on. I really can't see anybody who just couldn't wrap the wire 5 times, put a couple of twist ties on, double side tape, screw, or zip tie, no problem. Now they do give you quite a long cable, so you can, you know, I have these on my generator, 2 of my generators, no, 3 of my generators I have this. You can put it on anything really that's 4 cycle, and you know, for the money, 13 bucks. I mean, like, I don't put links on my channel. I don't sell anything on, you know, on my channel. So, but yeah, you could just Google it yourself on Amazon and, you know, get the best price. I mean, for me, you know, yeah, I paid like 13 bucks, but for you, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, so here's the filters, and of course, I always put them in a nice little airtight box here, just a little reusable box. And I think this is a great thing, you know, for 20 bucks. I usually change my filter once a year. So for me, yeah, it's a great deal. Now on this particular motor itself, and the last time I did a video on this, if you want to put a link down below, but I mentioned how this particular engine, you never have to change the oil. You just top it up. And I said I would go by the old, you know, the old regime I always went through, and all the manufacturers always said 25 hours. Well, I looked into this a little bit further, and it does say, yeah, if you want to change the oil, well, you can change it if you want, and they tell you exactly how, and make sure you got no fuel in your fuel tank, and just tip your machine up till, take the dipstick out, tip your machine up, and just tip it over to drain all the oil out. But the thing I was surprised at was, it's 50 hours now. So one thing I did notice as well, it comes shipped with straight 30 oil, 30 weight oil. And I tried that, you know, guaranteed to start in 3 pulls kind of stuff. Nah. Then I started reading the manual a little bit more. It says, in cold weather, well, of course, we got cold weather now, right? In cold weather, the three starts, guaranteed to start idea, well, it depends on the viscosity of your engine oil. And with 30 weight oil, yeah, it's not going to start, you know, 3 times that easily. It was like 5 pulls, right? And that was because of the engine oil. So the first engine oil change I'll do is like they recommend for all their Toro equipment that is, they recommend you do change the oil in, is first 5 hours. So after 5 hours, I'll change it, and I will go strictly with synthetic oil. I'll put in the 5W30, and that'll be fine for me. So I think this is a beautiful machine. I don't have that many, it's not much time on it. Maybe about an hour and a half, that's about it. So when it gets to the 5 hours, yeah, change the oil. And of course, I can start over, make a little bit of a logbook of how many hours are on it. And, you know, for me, I know I put on more than 25 hours a year. So I'll be watching this meter. So thanks for joining me here today. I hope you found this informative. And these are one of these kind of projects for little money can save you a lot in the long term, because I know a lot of people, they just don't pay attention to when they change the oil on their particular piece of equipment, whether it's a genset or lawnmower, tractor, you name it. People, you know, kind of forget about how many hours are on it, and this is a, you know, for 13 bucks, it's a no-brainer. And I've put so many of these on this same particular brand. I wish that would come with the double-sided tape. It makes reference to it in the instructions book, but you know, there's no double-sided tape there, right? They should put the double-sided tape in if they're going to mention it. You know, so that's something else you got to think about. Thanks for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed this, and come back again if you haven't seen this channel before. Well, you're welcome to subscribe. Cheers.